is this tub. It's a trough and it's filled with water. And then we have this chemical here, calcium carbide. Calcium carbide, when it reacts with water, produces acetylene gas, which is the same gas that's used in like blowtorches. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these three test tubes, and we're going to put them into the water trough and fill them up with water by displacement. Once we fill the test tubes up with water, they're going to be completely filled. We are going to take a piece of calcium carbide and put a piece into the water trough. Once I put this in the water, it's going to start to bubble and form this acetylene gas, which is the same thing as ethene. And so I'm going to put this piece into water, and you start seeing some bubbles. And so I'm going to take these filled test tubes while underwater and put it over the calcium carbide piece. And as it's over the calcium carbide, the gas is going to start filling this test tube, pushing the water out of the test tube. Now I'm going to grab a little bit more calcium carbide. And it starts pushing the water out of the test tube. So we're going to fill up one test tube completely filled with gas. And once it's completely filled, I will plug it up. So this is our completely filled with the gas, the acetylene gas. We're going to also fill up a test tube just halfway with gas. So I'm going to wait till it gets right about here, filled with gas. Okay. It's almost there. You can see the water level go down as the gas fills up the test tube. So right when it gets right here, I'm going to lift the test tube up, allow that leftover water to fall out, and cork it. And then I'm going to take my final test tube and only fill it up about 1/12 with the acetylene gas. So right about here. After we fill this test tube up, Mr. Scott is going to help me with the second part of this lab. So just a little bit more gas pushing out the water. I'm going to lift the test tube up, let that water out, and then cork it. So now we have our full test tube of gas, acetylene gas. We have our half test tube filled with acetylene gas, and our 1/12 test tube. Now this might sound strange, but we're going to shake up the gas. Shake it up so that the acetylene gas and the air that's in the test tubes can mix together. Yeah, okay. And so now what we're going to do, it's in that order, pretty positive, is that we're going to take a burning splint and put it next to the test tube. And so on the next page of your lab, there's this data table here. So we're going to start with this full C2H2. That's the same thing as acetylene, C2H2. This full test tube, put a light splint next to it and see how it burns and if we end up seeing any soot forming to tell us that there's an incomplete combustion. If no soot forms, then we have a complete combustion. So we'll take our test tube. Mr. Scott has put a lit Bunsen burner, lit flame. I'm going to put it next to the test tube.